Welcome back to Stoic Albums. Today, we're diving into one of the most mysterious topics of modern psychology and personality, the love life of a Sigma. Cold on the outside, warm on the inside, loyal but distant, independent yet deeply emotional. So what truly happens when you try to unlock the heart of a Sigma? Let's begin the journey. Point number 1, the independent nature of a Sigma. A Sigma person is known for one thing more than anything else: their strong independence. This independence is not just a lifestyle. It is part of who they are. From an early age, Sigmas learn how to stand on their own feet. They enjoy doing things their own way, following their own path, and living life on their own terms. This is why many people find Sigmas mysterious or hard to understand. They don't follow the crowd, they don't seek attention, and they don't try to impress anyone. They simply choose freedom over everything else. A Sigma's independence comes from a deep inner strength. They trust themselves. They rely on their own decisions. They believe that peace and self-control are more important than being surrounded by people all the time. While others may feel lonely when they are alone, Sigmas feel calm. Their alone time gives them clarity, focus, and emotional balance. This is also why Sigmas are selective about the people they allow into their lives. They don't like drama, noise, or fake relationships. They prefer a small circle or sometimes no circle at all. When it comes to love, this independence becomes even more interesting. Sigmas do not fall in love quickly because they want to be sure that the person they choose will not disturb their peace. They take time to understand someone's character, their intentions, and their behavior. They observe more than they speak. They analyze more than they express. Before opening their heart, they want to make sure the other person is genuine, emotionally stable, and respectful of boundaries. People often misunderstand this silence and independence. Many think Sigmas don't care or they don't want love. But the truth is very different. A Sigma protects their heart because they value it. They know that giving someone access to their emotions is a big decision. They don't want temporary affection or shallow connections. They want something deep, meaningful, and real. This independent nature also makes Sigmas extremely attractive. Their confidence is quiet, not loud. Their presence is powerful, even without speaking much. They don't try to stand out, yet people notice them. They don't try to impress, yet people admire them. This natural independence creates an aura of mystery, and this mystery is what draws others toward them. Even when someone approaches a Sigma with good intentions, the Sigma does not immediately open up. They take their time. They want to know if the person respects their space. They want to see if the person is comfortable with silence. They want to know if the person has patience. For a Sigma, real love is built slowly. It is not rushed, pushed, or forced. And because of this slow and careful process, when a Sigma finally chooses someone, their love becomes incredibly strong and loyal. So, the independent nature of a Sigma is not a barrier. It is simply their way of protecting their peace and choosing the right kind of love. This independence is what makes them unique, powerful, and unforgettable. Point number 2, how a Sigma loves quietly but deeply. When it comes to love, Sigma style is very different from what most people expect. They don't express their feelings loudly. They don't make big romantic gestures every day. They don't constantly say, "I love you." Instead, a Sigma shows love in a quiet but extremely powerful way. Their love is calm, steady, and honest. It might not be dramatic, but it is real and strong. A Sigma's love begins with observation. Before they open their heart, they watch everything carefully. They look at how you speak, how you treat others, how you behave when no one is watching, and how consistent you are. They want to know if your energy is solid. They want to be sure your emotions are stable. They want to feel safe with you. Because for a Sigma, love is not a game. It is a deep connection that should bring peace, not chaos. Once a Sigma decides you are trustworthy, their love becomes something rare. They may not show it through constant talking, but they show it through actions. For example, they will check on you quietly. They will support you without making a big scene. They will protect your feelings without you even asking. They will remember the small things you like. They will make you feel understood even in silence. Sigmas love through loyalty. When they commit completely. They don't cheat. They don't play games. They don't entertain multiple people. They don't break trust. They value honesty, and they give honesty in return. This loyalty is one of the strongest parts of a Sigma's love. It makes their partner feel secure, respected, and valued. Another special thing about a Sigma's love is how they give space. They don't cling to their partner. They don't demand attention all the time. They don't need constant reassurance. Instead, they allow their partner to grow, to breathe, and to maintain their individuality. This kind of freedom in a relationship is extremely healthy. It creates balance, comfort, and emotional clarity. Some people misunderstand this space. They think the Sigma is distant or cold. But in reality, this space is their way of showing respect. Sigmas believe that love should not trap anyone. It should allow two people to be together while still being themselves. A Sigma also loves with emotional intelligence. They do not react quickly or emotionally in heated situations. They stay calm. They take time to think before answering. They try to solve problems with understanding instead of anger. This makes their love stable, peaceful, and long-lasting. However, the most beautiful part of a Sigma's love is the depth of their emotions. They may appear quiet on the outside, but on the inside, they feel intensely. They remember every moment. They value every connection. They love in a way that touches the soul, not just the surface. A Sigma may be slow to open their heart, but once they do, their love becomes something unforgettable. Something that stays even when life becomes difficult. Point number 3. Why Sigmas are hard to understand. One of the biggest reasons Sigmas seem mysterious is because they are naturally hard to understand. They don't behave the way most people expect. They don't talk too much about their feelings. They don't open up quickly. And they don't follow the usual emotional patterns that others follow. This creates a sense of confusion for people who meet them. But behind this mystery, there are simple reasons why Sigmas appear so complicated. The first reason is their love for privacy. Sigmas are private individuals. They don't like sharing everything that happens in their life. They don't feel the need to tell people their problems, their secrets, or their inner thoughts. They keep these things inside. This makes others feel like the Sigma is hiding something, but in reality, they are simply protecting their peace. They believe their emotions are personal, and they don't want unnecessary opinions or judgment from others. The second reason is their silence. Sigmas speak only when necessary. They don't waste words. They don't enjoy shallow conversations or meaningless talk. They prefer deep, thoughtful discussions. When someone talks too much about useless things, a Sigma becomes quiet. This silence sometimes confuses people, but for the Sigma, silence is a form of comfort. It helps them observe, understand, and stay calm. Another reason Sigmas are hard to understand is their emotional control. They do feel emotions deeply, but they don't show them openly. When they are hurt, they stay calm. When they are angry, they stay logical. When they are sad, they retreat quietly. This emotional strength makes people think they don't care, but that is not true. They care deeply, they just don't display their emotions in loud or dramatic ways. Sigmas are also unpredictable in relationships. They may show affection one moment and then take space the next. They may talk to you deeply one day and stay silent the following day. This is not because they are confused. It is because they need balance. They need time alone to recharge their mind. They need distance to think clearly. Many people misunderstand this and assume Sigma is losing interest, but that is not the case. The Sigma simply values emotional freedom. Another reason for the misunderstanding is their high standards. Sigmas don't accept fake behavior, dishonesty, or immaturity. They expect people to be genuine and emotionally stable. When they see something fake, they pull away. When they feel manipulated, they disconnect. This quick withdrawal makes people think they are cold or heartless, but they are just protecting themselves from emotional damage. Finally, Sigmas don't fit into common social categories. They are not extroverts or introverts. They are not leaders or followers. They are something in between, independent thinkers who follow their own rules. This makes them difficult for society to label or predict. So, Sigmas are hard to understand not because they are complicated, but because they live in a world of their own, quiet, thoughtful, honest, and deeply independent. Once you understand this, you realize that the Sigma is not confusing at all. They are simply unique. Point number 4. How to unlock the heart of a Sigma. Unlocking the heart of a Sigma is not an easy task, but it is definitely possible for the right person. A Sigma does not open up to everyone. They are careful, selective, and protective of their emotions. Their heart is like a locked room, and only someone with the right key can enter. But once you understand how a Sigma's mind and emotions work, unlocking their heart becomes a beautiful and meaningful experience. The first key is genuineness. Sigmas can sense fake energy from miles away. They notice when someone is pretending, acting, or trying too hard. If your actions don't match your words, they will step back immediately. To unlock their heart, you must be real. Be honest in your intentions. Speak the truth even if it's simple. A Sigma respects authenticity more than perfection. The second key is patience. A Sigma does not rush into emotional connections. They take their time to observe, understand, and analyze. If you try to push them or force them to open up, they will shut down even more. They dislike pressure. What they need is someone who gives them time to grow comfortable. Someone who lets the relationship develop naturally, without rushing or demanding. The third key is respect for their space. Sigmas recharge by spending time alone. This is how they maintain emotional balance. If you get upset or insecure when they ask for space, they will feel trapped. To unlock their heart, you must understand that their need for space is not rejection. It is protection. When they feel free with you, they open up more quickly. The fourth key is emotional maturity. Sigmas avoid drama, guilt-tripping, and emotional games. They do not respond well to manipulation or inconsistency. If you want to unlock their heart, show stability. Communicate clearly. Handle disagreements calmly. Listen without attacking. A Sigma's heart opens when they feel safe, respected, and understood. The fifth key is consistency. A Sigma watches your patterns. They observe how you act over time. One good week won't impress them. They want to see your true nature. Consistency is what earns their trust. If your energy remains steady, your words remain honest, and your behavior remains respectful, they slowly open up. Another important key is loyalty. Sigmas are loyal by nature, and they expect loyalty in return. If you flirt with others, break promises, or show divided attention, their heart closes instantly. But if you remain sincere and loyal, they will value you deeply. Lastly, the most powerful key is emotional connection. Talk to them about real things. Share your thoughts, experiences, fears, and dreams. Sigmas love deep conversations. When they feel mentally connected to someone, their emotional walls start to soften automatically. Unlocking a Sigma's heart takes time, effort, and understanding. But once the door opens, you will find a love that is rare, loyal, peaceful, and deeply genuine. A Sigma does not love often, but when they do, they love with their whole heart. Point number 5. The Enigma of Sigma love. Why it feels so rare and powerful. Sigma love is one of the rarest forms of love you will ever experience. It is not loud, not dramatic, not overly emotional, and not shown in the ways most people expect. Instead, Sigma love is quiet, deep, steady, and incredibly powerful. This is why many people describe it as an enigma. Something mysterious yet beautiful. Something hard to understand yet impossible to forget. Sigma individuals love differently because they think differently. They approach relationships with a calm mind and a thoughtful heart. They don't rush into love, and they don't fall for someone just because of appearance, attention, or temporary attraction. For a Sigma, love must feel meaningful. It must feel real. It must feel like two souls understanding each other without forcing anything. One of the biggest reasons Sigma love feels so powerful is because they choose it carefully. They don't give their heart to just anyone. They don't entertain many people. They don't jump from one relationship to another. When they decide to love someone, that choice is intentional. It means you pass their emotional filters. Honesty, loyalty, stability, and depth. Sigma love is rare because it is built on authenticity. A Sigma will never love you for your money, looks, popularity, or social status. They only love the real you, your character, your energy, your sincerity. They can see through lies and they can sense red flags early. This protects them from heartbreak but also makes their love incredibly safe for the person they choose. Another reason Sigma love feels so different is their ability to create emotional peace. While other relationships can feel chaotic or dramatic, a Sigma relationship feels calm. They bring stability, support, and emotional intelligence into the connection. They don't fight unnecessarily. They don't overreact. They don't create toxic situations. Instead, they communicate gently, give space when needed, and stay consistent. Sigma love also stands out because of its loyalty. Once a Sigma gives you their heart, they expect honesty and commitment. They don't cheat. They don't lie. They don't betray. They believe that real love is built on trust, and they honor that trust with full dedication. If they say they are with you, they are truly with you. However, the mysterious part of Sigma love lies in their silence. They may not express their emotions often. They may not talk about their love every day. They may not show affection the same way others do. But their silence is full of meaning. Their presence, their actions, and their consistency show more love than words ever could. Sigma love is powerful because it touches your soul, not just your heart. It doesn't disappear quickly. It doesn't break easily. It doesn't fade when life gets difficult. It stays strong, patient, and loyal. The enigma of Sigma love is simple. They love rarely, but when they do, their love becomes unforgettable. If you found this video inspiring, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Stoic Albums for more deep, meaningful content on personality, psychology, and the human mind. Thank you for watching, and remember, some hearts are not hard to understand. They just wait for the right soul to speak the right language.